Let's get into our last.
Truth, lies, shenanigans.
All right, and that's you, Dr. J. Tell us all about this Halloween candy.
All right, so I mean, this is going to be horrible, but Hershey Company has come out to say that with the global supply chain shortage and the war in Ukraine and some other things, that they may not be able to meet the demand for the Halloween and Christmas season chocolate production. So they are predicting that there's not going to be enough chocolate candy to go around for trick or treating. There will be candy out there, but it won't be nearly like it is, and prices are going to go up. And this is, definitely for the chocolate lovers out there. Terrible
Horrible.
news to hear that you might not be able to get your Hershey's Kisses.
Mm,
It's
I
so
need.
sad.
I don't know. I'm gonna get some Hershey's Kisses, chocolate kisses. It might be candy, but
Yeah,
candy.
So wait, is
I
it
mean,
only
yeah.
her or is it like Reese's, Snickers, just
Well,
throw
anything
them
with
out there?
chocolate,
Oh,
I think
Hershey
is.
just made the announcement, but this is
Hershey's made the
distribution change
announcement.
chocolate.
So, definitely on the Hershey side, they definitely are, predicting a shortfall. We have not heard from Mars Company yet, but I don't know if
But it's
Mars would
probably.
admit it. So,
But it's probably
but if it
a
is
major problem.
yeah, if there's a global, supply, Hershey makes Reese's, but if probably a global supply chain, then all of the companies would be affected, and
Jack,
Mhm.
we're going to be
Jacqueline
fighting.
Robinson said, "As a chocoholic, this news is devastating." All right, so
Yeah,
what do you
this
think,
is
I'm
Gianni?
telling you.
well, one, this is devastating news, but also I think this is not the only shortage, unfortunately, to come. I feel like it's only natural to know that other type of food shortages, other shortages, got the prices hiking up. So just be prepared. Get dry powder. I don't know what to do anymore.
Cocoa powder. Make your own chocolate. Is that what you're
Grow a
trying
plant.
to?
Grow a cocoa plant in the back. Start growing cocoa
Grow
plants.
a cocoa plant at this point. Like learn, talk to your local farmer. I don't know. It's a lot going on. I'm very nervous, but let's hope we get through this. Let's hope we at least get some chocolate.
I love chocolate. I mean, I'm gonna just say I don't think I don't think kids need no stinking candy anyway. So I,
I know
I feel like
The
trick or treating is
Grinch?
kind of going away though. I mean, unless you live like in a small town and somewhere, then nobody really cares about trick or treating like in the suburbs. Well, Robbie,
it's
I don't know how
different.
it is in
Yeah,
your
they
how it
do.
is in. I don't
Yeah,
Yeah,
know.
they
it's
do.
still
I don't
trick or
know.
treat.
Kids still
I'm
come
gonna
up.
tell you. I'm gonna tell you, like
It's different
last
though.
year, the past few years, maybe three houses on my block had trick or treat people with their lights on, doing some allowing some trick or treating, and then maybe a couple of blocks over, the same thing. Kids probably have to like walk miles now to, to go from house to house.
I mean,
You better have
they
been one
do a
of
lot of
those three, Neo.
I was not.
they do a lot of
'Cause-
they do a lot of like trunk or treating. So they like, gather in a central spot
Oh
and do
yeah.
the trick or treating in like
and
one
see,
central area a
and I think
lot
that's what they
now.
should do. I mean, I really think they should modify it because I mean, you remember when we were kids and they were putting like razor blades and needles in the candy and stuff like that. I'm not saying it's. I mean, they could be doing other stuff now, but you know, I don't know.
No,
I
they
just
still talk about the same old tricks, Neo. That
but
hasn't gone away.
but
That's
you're
why
taking candy from strangers. I mean, I think it would be
Except
better.
Halloween.
I, I think it would be better to do like parties and things like that and group events and then get together
Well,
and
you
then make.
still need chocolate for it.
Oh,
You
okay,
still
all
gonna have the
right, all
chocolate
right.
for it.
Well, I don't know if you need chocolate for it, but if trick or treating, I don't know. I just or you could do
In
apples and stuff.
ew.
But I
You're not
will
the
say,
person giving out.
hold on, to
You're the
my
person
point of
giving out toothbrushes.
I was I would say to my point though, I think but before the pandemic, I looked it up. Costume sales were down 21% at Party City, and it had been dropping like years after that. So I don't know. I think
but
Halloween
people recycle
is
their costumes. You make new stuff out of the old. You don't need to buy an $80 costume every year.
that's
Yeah,
That's
true.
they
I
are.
That's
think
true.
Prices
That's
were
true.
down because the prices were ridiculous.
But
I
it was the
am
same.
not paying
It was
$80.
it was the same thing for Halloween supplies and stuff too, candy and stuff. So it was. But I feel you. I feel you. But with that being said, I love Halloween. I love dressing up for Halloween. I just think it should be like events as opposed
Mhm.
to trick or treating. Trick or treating needs to go away. Go ahead,
I
Robbie.
mean, I think it's a way of
Okay.
getting to know your neighbors. Don't we
Aw.
need to know
Mhm.
our
You
neighbors?
just say all
Like,
you do is walk by and say, "Hey, give me some candy." And those kids just walk
no,
right,
you
leave my
don't.
door.
You go
You don't know if
out.
they're in your neighborhood or if they're
It is
just
quick.
an industrious kid who's making tracks.
I mean, I think the thing would be definitely. I think that a lot of things have changed and parents have changed and what they allow their kids to do.
Yeah.
But for
Yeah.
those that still allow their kids to have a couple of vintages of being a child, it is a way. Like I know that my neighborhood has a lot of little kids, and so you do get a lot of Halloween is a lot of little kids ringing this doorbell talking about trick or treat and
Oh,
how
Lucky
excited
you.
like one little girl one year had a Carmen San Diego, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's Carmen San Diego!" She was so excited. I knew who she was, and I was like, "Clearly, your mother must be around my age because no one else is gonna know who Carmen San Diego is." So it's a way to get to know your neighbors in a way, and we need some more of that. You need to know the people you're living around, so that crazy stuff ain't popping off.
All right, be last thought.
I love
I
it.
honestly think this should be a wake up call to all of us because just because we grew up in a world where we've been able to eat whatever we want whenever we want doesn't mean that it's sustainable. And this is proving there's a strong enough disruption in the distribution chain. It's not sustainable. So I like what Neil was saying. Take a step back and revisit how we celebrate holidays. Do things maybe a little bit simpler because the corporations want you to buy tons of overpriced goods for every holiday, and they spend a ton of money convincing you that you want that shit. So you can keep it simple with your kids this year. Hit up a couple of houses around your neighborhood, hang out with your friends. And when I was a kid, I received shelled peanuts. I received sun-made dried raisins as actual Halloween
That's
treats.
right.
So
You have
you know
Did
what?
you
terrible
eat them
neighbors.
though? That's the question.
Those are
Did I eat
terrible
them?
neighbors.
Well, yeah. I mean, but then you knew not to hit up that house again.
All right, all
Right.
right. You don't go back.
But yeah, no,
Pretzels.
don't go to that house. Or you'd see your friends and say, "Don't hit that house. It's raisins." Or you'd warn the other trick or treaters, "Raisins. Just don't go. Don't go. Raisins. No."
All right. There was a bunch of comments online. So Jacqueline Robbins is a chocoholic. This news is we already said that was devastating, but
Yeah.
she said also in Cleveland Park where I live, Halloween is a big deal for the kiddies and adults alike, as well as their pets. Trick or treating plus private
Oh
parties and
yes.
events at the National Zoo are the norm. Well, okay. There are certain neighborhoods, but I'm just saying nationwide, I think it's going away. My wife, she says, "No candy, I'm gonna die."
You in trouble,
Aw.
Neil. You in trouble.
I know, giving away toothbrushes and stuff. Like, man, don't
I
go to your
know.
house.
Toothbrushes.
What?
Don't go to
I
his
will say
house.
I'm one of those people. I go after, and this is it's going to be good for me because there won't be any left. But I usually go after Halloween when they have the Halloween candy on sale. I end up getting like a ton of
Mm,
candy, and that's like the worst
Alright,
thing to
yeah.
do. I'm eating candy for like months at a time.
no, people are going to profiteer from Halloween.
So no candy. All right. Is this truth, lies, or
Truth,
shenanigans?
lies,
This
shenanigans.
was some fun.
Terrible,
Truth.
terrible thing.
Shenanigans.
Terrible.
Get rid of trick or treating. You don't need all that candy anyway. We don't need all that.